All right, so hello, we're back. We made it back. Unbelievable, but we made it back. It's, it's Monday, and just got done with the work schedule. Oh man, what a day! Not not an easy thing to do at all. To get through the work week, to try and get yourself a paycheck, that's for sure. It feels like, you get older, and I don't know. I don't want to jump into it right just yet, but man, traffic. There's always traffic. Right? There's always traffic somewhere. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, man, good old Monday, right? Best day of the week. What's the best day of the week? How's that? Let's try that one. Best day of the week. Anyone out there? What's the best day of the week? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, your birthday? When's your anniversary? What? When's the best day of the week? Friday? Payday? When is the best day of the week? Because I'm lost. I don't know what the best day of the week is. I'm happy it's Monday. Is there something wrong with me? I'm saying it's Monday, and I'm like, hey, it's Monday. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Because let me tell you, the weekend was what? How was the weekend? Oh, actually, today's Tuesday. Look at that. It's not even Monday, it's Tuesday. So, how's that for a little bit of a fly in your soup? For those people that thought it was Monday. Huh? It's actually Tuesday. That's right, because yesterday was President's Day. So you can never know. What's the best day of the week? When you don't know what day of the week it is, I guess. And then that's the best day of the week. Like, what's today? I have no idea. That's what makes it so wonderful. But it is in fact Tuesday. Yeah, because yesterday was President's Day and I didn't have off. So I wasn't able to celebrate President's Day. Everybody else celebrated it. They looked like they were having a good time. Me, I was working. So what are you going to do? So that's how I know today is Tuesday, because yesterday was President's Day. Anyway, so what was I going to get into? I don't even know what I was going to get into. I was going to get into something. Then I said, no, let's not go in guns blazing. You know what I mean? Let's not go in all kung fu fighter, like what? Like Bruce Lee action over there. So forget that. Let's ease into it. It's Monday. And then I find out it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. What the heck happened to Monday? So it's not Monday traffic, it's Tuesday traffic, and everyone's confused now because everyone's like, it's Tuesday? What the heck happened to Monday? You sure it's Tuesday? I'm pretty sure it's Tuesday. Yeah, I think it is Tuesday. And that's the horrible thing. In your area, is it different the day of the week, like on the traffic? Because it used to be back in the day where I was from, like, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, traffic was all the same. It was all the same. It didn't vary from day to day. You didn't have Monday traffic, and Monday traffic was like completely different than Tuesday traffic. Like the only difference in the traffic that would arise is like depending on the season that you're in, and then depending on the weather. That's all that changed the traffic pattern. But nowadays it's like, if it's a Monday, it's like you're wondering, like, where the hell is everybody? Nobody goes to work on Monday. It's amazing. There's no traffic on Monday. I was left wondering, like the few times it happened when I first like moved down here and I was in traffic, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, what's going on with Monday? Like, is it a holiday? Now, yesterday happened to be a holiday, so I can say yesterday was one of those days where I was like, what's going on with the traffic? But it was a holiday, so it makes sense. Oh, it's President's Day, so there's no, nobody had to work except the people that had to work, which I was one of the people that had to work. So I was driving around and I was like, this is wonderful. No traffic. I'm like, this is a blessing. Like, praise to you. Lord Jesus Christ. In heaven. Like, thank you for this day. Thank you for this wonderful President's Day that took away all the traffic and made it possible for me to drive around and not know. For a second, though, I thought it was the rapture. I thought I was Protestant for a second. I said, where'd all the people go? I said, they were raptured. They were raptured. They went up. They took up all the buses, and the people all vanished in an instant. And I was like in the Twilight Zone. I was like the only guy that was like working on the planet. And I was like, where the hell is everybody? But then like I went to work, and then I saw customers, and then I was like, oh, so there's people here. They're just not working. You know what I mean? And I saw kids, and I was like, oh, these kids are young. They should be in school. Then I was like, it must be President's Day. It must be President's Day. Right? And then that made it all right in the world. I was like, see, the world's not all upside down and crazy like people say it is. But let me tell you, when you don't know what day of the week it is, and when you think it's Monday and you find out it's Tuesday, that's when things go crazy, because you're like, what the heck happened to yesterday? And in the meanwhile, you're just kind of like, damn, dude, what's with the traffic? I thought it was Monday traffic. It was actually Tuesday traffic. Here I am blaming Monday for Tuesday's traffic. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting here talking to myself like, what the heck is going on, man? It's not right to do that. I don't like to blame days of the week for other days of the week traffic patterns. You know what I mean? Like I was saying, I was like, the traffic gets crazy. It gets crazy. Like from Tuesday, it's like Friday traffic. It's like the people are either working or they're off in the Friday traffic. Like, you just have people that are just driving around because they're like, hey, I don't have to go to work, so I'm just going to go drive around in traffic and act like I'm, like, going to work or something. And then they're driving in their Corvettes, or they're, driving in their whatever sports car, their Mustang, or, whatever it is that they're driving around, that they don't have to go anywhere. They just drive around town, like, congesting traffic. You know what I mean? And I'm like, what the heck, man? I'm like, just, if you don't have to work, then stay home. Like, you don't have to go driving just to go drive. Like you need to go and do your Friday drive just to feel like you're part of civilization. You know what I mean? Because you got the time and the money. You're like, let me go drive around. It's Friday. What a perfect time to go and drive around in my, my sports car. And go nowhere, but go get a cup of coffee. I'm like, damn, dude. Like, were you around for 2020? Did, like, the economy hurt you at all? Yeah, for real. For real. Because I'm like, yeah, like, some things, I'm just like, it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Like, how is this possible? How is this possible? Is it possible at all? Is it possible at all that people have not, like, I'm saying, man, dude, I go back all the way to September 11th, and that thing hit, man. That hit close to home for me. I know for most people, they're like, man, that was like 20-something years ago. You still hurting on that? That's still, trust me, man, there's people after 9/11, and even people nowadays, people could be like, yo, you didn't get hurt in 2020? Like, man, 2020 did nothing. 2020, I'm doing better than ever now. I'm like, after 2020, you're doing better than ever? I'm like, come on, dude. Like, what's going on, dude? How's this possible? You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you, rhyme or reason. Don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. And you try to live day by day. You try to make sense of it. You know what I mean? Like you say, it's Monday when it's Tuesday, and then you're like, oh snap! So now what's that do to me? Like, does that change up my whole mindset or what? It's like, well, let me tell you something. When that sun goes down, that day's past, right? Because the sun comes up, the sun goes down, right? That's how it is, day by day. Thankfully, I get to see the sun rise. I try to be up to see the sun rise. And I try to appreciate when the sun goes down. You should always appreciate. If there's things that you should do in life that you should do like more than once or twice, like you should appreciate the sunrise and the sunset. That used to be something very big, in the past. Like in the 80s, that was like one of those things that like people did like on a regular, especially if you were by the coast. If you were by the coast or you by the water, man, you used to watch sunsets and sunrises. For the people that wake up early enough to see the sunrise, because most of the time people are sleeping anyway, so they don't get up. I like to see the sunrise myself. It's one of those things that, like, getting up before the sun rises, and then kind of seeing the day, like trying to figure out how the day is going to be. Because again, traffic, you can't go by traffic, man. This traffic patterns, there's no rhyme or reason. You can't wake up on a given day and know what the heck to expect when you go out your door. You know what I mean? That's the craziness. Like, if there was at least a consistency in traffic, like, I'd be like, oh, good old Monday traffic. The thing is, you can't even rely on traffic to be consistent. And that's sad, dude. When you can't even count on traffic because you don't even understand the traffic patterns, how it is, like, that's when you got a crazy society when you have that going on. Because you don't have people that understand, like, how to even go driving anymore. You got guys driving on Fridays that are thinking, like, Friday's the day off. Like, they don't even go to work. Like, they're like, yo, I'm just chilling, man. I'm just go drive around town in my car all day. And just drive around. Like, what? Like, do you have to work? Or, like, who are you that you don't have to go to work? Are you retired or something? Let me tell you, man, I don't know. I do not understand this economy. Can somebody explain this economy? This car talk is about, I don't know what, because I didn't schedule anything to be on, to have to talk about anything in particular. So this is me just rambling on about whatever, in case you're wondering. Like, is there a point to this car talk? It's going to be like, look, some car talks, there ain't going to be nothing poignant to talk about because nothing has happened, or there's nothing critical, or nothing, if you haven't gone and voted yet, you need to go vote. It's the primaries. The primaries are going on right now. If you don't know when the primaries are, then you got to go find out. You got to go vote in your primary. Because I know the last thing I heard, they were moving dates. They were moving dates around. Sometimes, you're thinking you're going to go vote, and then to tell you the truth, when it comes to the voting right now, no rhyme or reason. No rhyme or reason. You move from one state to another, you think you're going to understand things? I'm telling you. States have things different. You could move from one state to another, and it's night and day. Night and day. Like, you got to figure out how to vote. It's not the same across the country. How you vote and where you vote and all that good stuff, right? To know, like, oh, I got to go to this center, I got to go to this district, I got to go to this election center, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, nah, man, it's not going to come to you. Like, you need to go and figure it out. And if you don't figure out how it is that you have to go and, what you have to do and, like, what you're going to be voting on, I'm telling you, these elections right now is quiet. It's quiet. I'm going to be honest. We're in February, and so far, I mean, there's been some stuff, little things here and there that I've heard. I heard something over in, I think it was in San Francisco. They got the first non-citizen appointed, elected official that deals with, like, election fraud or something like that. It was something wild. It was something wild. You know what I mean? This was like over in like California, San Francisco, where it was like a non-citizen was given some titled position, you know, having to do with like election status or something like that. And I'm like, these stories, man, like, are they helping? Are they hurting? Like, what is it that's going on? Like, how is it possible that these things are happening in the first place? And yet, they are. Now, I don't know what's going to happen to California. Does anybody know what's going to happen to California? Can somebody in California tell me what's going to happen to California? Is there anybody over there on the West Coast listening to this? Maybe they're listening and they're trying to wonder what's happening on the East Coast. And they're like, oh, let's listen to this guy. See what he's talking about. Like, this is just car talk, man. We're just driving. We're in Tuesday traffic. Driving in Tuesday traffic. Just trying to get through the work week. You know what I mean? They're still working over there right now because it's still early enough for them to have to get to 5 o'clock, 5, 6 o'clock. I don't even know what time they work to. They got 9 to 5 over there in California. Like, what are the working hours? How's the traffic over in California? Somebody comment. Is the traffic good in California these days? Like, I don't know. How about the voting? Is people voting in the primaries over there in California? I have no idea. You tell me. Is it good over there? Is it bad over there? I couldn't even tell you. Because some of the stuff like over on the West Coast, man, I'm gonna be honest, man, it's hard to keep up with some of that news. I mean, they got plenty of stuff going on. They got a whole coast that they can get news from. They got Mexico right there. And so it's, you know, I guess it is what it is. I mean, hopefully California gets through its election cycle. We'll see what happens. Right now over here, we're just trying to get to November. Oh my God, November. We're in February right now. February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. That's 8 months. 8 months left until the big vote. And I don't know what people are going to do. I don't know. I think there's people that are going to vote for Biden. I think there's going to be people that vote for Trump. But who wins the election? That's going to be the question right there. That's the question that needs to be answered. And then I was thinking earlier, or at some point, I said, how would that transition be? Because if you can imagine the first time when that transition had to happen, when Trump had to kind of concede the election and say, I guess, that Biden won. Like, how cordial do you think Biden's going to be if he wins or loses? Like, if he wins another race at his age, like, if they say if they come out and they say officially, they'd be like, and Joseph Robinette Biden has won again. He has won the election again. The official results have come in, and they're saying that he has won the official presidential race again. We're going to go to the live cast, and we're going to listen to the tally results for these places here, right? You'd be like, oh my God, what's happening? What's going on? What's happening? Right? He won? Biden won? Right? Because if they come out and they say Donald Trump, is it Donald J? Is it Donald J? I forget what his middle name is. I'm gonna have to look up his middle name. Who knows what's Donald Trump's middle name again? Anybody know? Is it John? No, is it John? Is it Donald? It's not John. J. Trump? I gotta find out. Is it Donald? I'm gonna have to find out. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, if we come to find out, like, when are they gonna announce the results? Do you think they're gonna do it within the first 24 hours? Like, do you think they're gonna announce it like right out the gate, like by 12 o'clock? They're gonna say, oh no, or they're gonna let everybody go to sleep? Because that's what they did the last time. The last time they let like everybody go to sleep. And then it was like in the 3 o'clock hour time frame, the 4 o'clock hour time frame. That's when like results started to shift around a little bit. And then that's when they would, like, people, you know, like because they fell asleep. People started to fall asleep at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. They're waiting to hear the results. And then it was supposed to be at that 3, 4 o'clock hour that they started to, you know, that's when they went back and they looked at the tapes. They said, oh, look at all these ballots that are under these tables and all this stuff that's being counted and all this stuff. And they, you know, all of these states, these swing states, this one, that state, Arizona, Pennsylvania, you know, Minnesota, wherever, all these states. And then all of a sudden it was like, okay, Joseph Robinette Biden has won the election. And it was like what's going on? Like, what's happening? Because everybody fell asleep. Everybody's asleep. Like, who's going to go to sleep? You going to go to sleep? Who's going to go to sleep for this election? You going to fall asleep? You're going to be like, I voted, I'm going to bed. Because that I think it's November. I got to look up the date too. Now I got to look up the date. Because I don't know if it's November 4th per se. But it's usually during the week. They never do a Saturday. It's never a Saturday vote. And it's never a Friday vote either. It's always like on a Tuesday. So you guys better be ready. You better be ready for it. I don't know if you're planning on going to sleep or not. But to find out who the president, if they say Donald Trump has been voted the president of these United States. Right? Like, where are they going to be doing the celebrating? Where they at Mar-a-Lago? Where are they going to be at? Where's the DNC gonna be? Where are they gonna have that? Where's Biden gonna be? Is he gonna be in the White House celebrating? Like, where's he gonna be? Like, all of this stuff, man. All of this stuff is gonna happen, and nobody cares. Nobody cares because nobody cares about politics. Nobody in America, they don't care about politics and they don't care about religion. Because, like I said, it's all about individualism. So when it comes to the people, it's not the people, it's the individuals. That's what they care about. They say we the people, right? But it's not we the people. It's we the individuals. And with these guys, they think there's so many individuals that they think they outnumber the people, right? Because you're like, well, who are the people? You're like, well, the people were the people that used to be informed and used to know what was going on, and that were, you know, they were holding the line. They were the ones that, like, you didn't mess with. Nowadays, though, I don't know, man. We the people? It's like, yo, who's the people again? Because I don't know where the people's at. You got to tell me, where the people at? Because if I'm going out there and I'm saying, I got to go vote, where the people at? Or we the people who need to go vote. And you're saying, like, yo, do we need to update that with something else that makes more sense? Or do we have to be like, we the individuals? Or how are we going to handle this? Because it's 2024. 2024, the next election after this ain't going to be till 2028. That's another 4 years, man. Another 4 years. It could be either 4 years of Trump or it could be 4 years of Biden. And it's already been 4 years of Biden. Let me tell you, it hasn't been the best years at all. At all. I mean, you really need to be... Look, man, here's the other thing. People that think, like, these years are so good, this is the years that they have a grandkid, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, this year's the best year ever. Or their daughter gets married, and like, oh, this year's the best year ever. That's the year we got married. It's such a wonderful year, right? The son gets married. What happened? the son graduates college, the kid, oh, that year was the best year, we had to do graduation year. It's all just life events that these people think like makes it a good year. And when you don't have any of those events going on, let me tell you, these years are not, you don't make a distinction. That's why it's very easy to fall into that illusion that, that this year is good, when all you do is keep clogging up your years with all these events that, like, make you, is it, again, you could put your, I don't want to say superficiality, you could put your life events, your kids' events, first grade. Oh, my son started first grade. My daughter started, first grade. Oh, we got together. We did this, we did that, we did this with that. And I'm saying, like, okay, this is like video games to me. This is like people masquerading around. And then they fill up their time and they put this kind of credit to themselves to say that they're doing things that are meaningful, or that they're doing things that are contributing to the welfare of this country or the welfare of this nation. And I'm like, if that were the case, then why is the country in the state that it's currently in economically? If all it was about, putting in life fillers or doing these life events that put you in a category now where you're like, oh, now I'm a married guy, so now I have to go around and do the married thing. Now I have to say my wife this and my wife that, and I have to go and see my in-laws, and I have to go see my father-in-law, and I have to go see my mother-in-law, and I have all these responsibilities now, and I have to do all this. Or now I had a child, and now I have to be responsible, and now I have to do all this stuff, and I'm saying, like, if that's not the country, that's not the country. That's a friggin' episode, like one of these Netflix series that these people will then go and watch, and then they try to project that in their lives. You know what I mean? But that's not real world, man. That's not real world. Like in Congress, they're not sitting there and talking about their life events of, like, oh, look, this is my grandbaby and look, let me show you my grandbaby's, pictures here, and let me show you, look, oh, this is the dog. Look, a cat. They got a cat. Here, come look at this. While they're arguing in Congress about, like, all the problems of the country and, like, what's going on. You know what I mean? And yet people still want to be in Congress. People still want to vie for power. And yet all of these people, again, it's like it's an election year. I hope you're taking it serious out there. I hope you're taking it serious, because for some of us, we forget what day of the week it is. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's Tuesday, right? It's Tuesday. See what I mean? Because otherwise you get forgetful. Don't worry, it happens to all of us. We forget the days. It happens. The thing is whether or not you remember eventually, and you correct yourself and you say, okay, well, I gotta get serious about this stuff, because this stuff is getting serious, right? So I'm saying, don't sleep on it. That election is going to come a lot sooner than you think, and November is going to be right around the corner, and the next thing you know, you're going to have to listen to people like, are you voting for Biden? You're voting for Trump. And if you don't already know by now, again, I'll keep it a little update. I'll keep a little tabulator kind of thing. I'll keep my ears open to things going on as we get closer to that date. And then I'll eventually go and vote myself. So, all right, that's all I got. Enjoy your Tuesday. We'll be back on it hopefully tomorrow. And hopefully I'll get out to the gym and take care of my workout. All right, peace out.